your mouth.
This is called Growth, off of Brown Study Remix, the Brown Study Remix album.
Yeah.
That's right.
Growth started as a poem that I wrote 3 years before I got signed with the distribution deal for Mellow Music Group, and it was one of those things that you just go back, oh shit, I can use this. All right, sweet. So, and then I used it. So there it is. And so different beats and everything, but different beat on the original, different beat on the remix. But yeah, it came from looking, like every couple months I try to make sure that I look at where I'm at and what I'm doing to make sure that I'm still on the proper path. Like if there's nothing that's changed in the last 6 months in my life, then there is a problem. If there's no progression made in the last month, there's an issue. Like there's an issue and that needs to be addressed. So with Growth, I just try to do that. Look at me now at 5'9", little chubby round the waistline, still fine. Never would have pictured I'd be spitting scripture, glimpses of images in my mind. Giving you visual observations of my time. Like living through pivotal situations, still shining, in line with the one, so I could never be two. Way I move is never optional to lose, so I pick and choose the pathways, knowing that the past days can't be changed. Take it with a salt grain, maintain beyond the garbage. Don't harbor ill will when it's time to build. Seek the real and represent yourself accordingly. Ordinarily, niggas will hate if your take on life is slightly different. They might be wishing to be you. Gotta be able to see through the wicked, never taint your vision. Keep your mission true through the nonsense. Be about progress, cause God bless a child that's got his own, know your role and play it. And then I go into life is what you make it, nigga. I'ma make it. No matter what it takes, my nigga, I'm gonna take it. Nas being one of my favorite MCs in the world, I have to insert a little piece of Nas in everything that I do. Therefore,
Understood.
That's where that hook comes from. All right. The smiles and the daggers, I'm among them. Never slumbering on enemies, vicious with envy, playing like family. Friends wait for you to win till they begin to show their true colors, doing unto others like their mothers never taught about integrity. It baffles me still. To this day, we can't escape the mentality, the battle, the mirror, then comprehend the bigger picture. We automatically figure everybody out to get us. If we could just focus on the finer things, the minor things that cease to exist. I'm no expert, but shit, when I'm groveling at the bottom, all my problems seem major. But when I change up the mental, everything aligns simple. Divine signals from the God in me, the rhymes, the beat. My release to situations when they seem greater than the solution, you keep it moving. Cause sun don't shine forever. When the rain clouds come around, life is what you make it, nigga. I'ma make it. No matter what it takes, my nigga, I'm gonna take it. Okay? And so, ain't trying to preach to you. Just want to reach you with the rules and regulations of defying limitations. Patience is virtuous. When the dust clears, the tears wash the surface. Greet the new with the purpose. The worst is behind you. Refine so you shine like the summer sky. And hindsight is 20/20, so you got plenty reasons to evolve like the seasons. Freedom is a mind state waiting to be believed in. And then you jump back into the chorus, because you know life is what you make it, nigga. I'm gonna make it. No matter what it takes, my nigga. I'm gonna take it.
Boog Brown.
That's growth.
So like, tell me about, like, you know, your background in terms of, like, when did you start rhyming?
Rhyming, I started at 24 when I was in college, like right after I graduated, or like my last semester of college, I started rhyming. And writing, I started at 15 after my mom passed away. Okay. And that was kind of like, that was the escape, you know, before all the ignorant stuff. But the writing was the constant. That was the thing that was like, man, if I don't say this, I don't know what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? So that started at 15, 14, early.
But you've been listening to hip hop for.
I'll tell you this.
Okay.
My dad's in the audience. He likes Michael Franks and Al Jarreau.
And,
you know what I mean? So I listened to that, and then I played violin, and then Mom listened to R&B. So I didn't listen to hip hop until. I mean, I would see things on TV, but like as far as my first album purchase was Cuban Links. Only built for Cuban Links.
Like
and then
when it came out?
So like
95 maybe? Okay.
And ATLiens was next,
Yeah.
and then it was written.
You're
like
on it.
these are my top 3.
Those are like some crazy
So
good 3
that's my
purchases.
starting
Like
point.
for your first purchases, those are some really good.
That's my starting point for hip hop.
You've been let down since 1995, haven't you? Like, just sad.
That's why I went underground. That's why I went to the underground. You know, Detroit underground artists got like some of the best music, so I was never without.
But no, I asked about like how long. I asked about how long you've been at it, only because you're kind of good at it. You know what I mean? Like you're not too shabby when it comes to this.
Not for nothing, I had some excellent teachers.
Okay.
I've listened to some excellent MCs and lyricists, and I've practiced. It's not that I'm so good at it, is that I practice and I study. And what I want to do, I do, and I do it well, only because I practice and I study. You know what I mean? Even just reading Amiri Baraka's words, like just reading poetry and being a student of poetry first, learning how to put my words together. I study and I watch, and I listen to these griots, modern day, and you know, from our history. Like, you have to make sure that you do the knowledge before you step somewhere and say, I'm an MC. Like, I can say I rap all day long because anybody can rap. I'm an MC, and I'm an MC because I listen to the griots. Like, I'm an MC because I read poetry and I listen to poetry, and I've written poetry. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like it's.
So when I know when I first heard it, and even when just kind of looking at the words themselves, what stuck out to me is that last line, kind of what the reverse of what I was talking to with you. Did the same with you, like. I mean, hindsight 2020, so you got plenty of reasons to evolve like the season. Freedom is a mind state waiting to be believed in. It's just the idea of, you know, personifying freedom itself. Like it is waiting kind of on humanity. It's waiting on us to embrace it, you know? And I don't think, you know, I think like we don't, I think a lot of times as writers and as MCs and as poets, we do a lot of shit and we don't know that we're doing it when we're doing it. Like, we're writing a lot of ways and we have no concept of like, we just like, oh, that sounds dope, or that's a cool way to approach it. But, you know, it's a very, very clever technique. I mean, was there, in the phrasing of that, was it just a natural fit for you in the beat, in the pocket of it, or was it, I guess, did it stand out to you?
That
like
it makes sense.
Us? Huh?
It makes sense to me. That's why I wrote it.
Okay.
And then, but on a different level, different days, different parts of different songs stick out to me. So the other day when I was just feeling like really, really crappy and trapped in the situation that I was in, it was like, freedom is a mind state waiting to be believed in. And sometimes it'll just play, and just that, it'll just play, freedom is a mind state, freedom is a mind state, freedom is a mind state. Like, just different mantras that I've picked up through different people. Like, it's not like it's something, nothing I'm doing here is new. You know what I mean? Like, it's just putting words together differently. You know what I'm saying? So these are things that I've learned from my father and my mother and my sisters and my professors and, you know, my friends and exes, and you know what I mean? Like, everything plays off on itself. So it's like, I just wrote it because it made sense to me at the time. And then when it stops making sense, it'll jump back in my head and start making sense again. And then especially when I need it, because it's like, you know, you never look at what, I don't know about other people, but I don't look at what I do and be like, oh man, I'm just, I'm just too cold. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do. But not to the point where my head is too big, it can't fit through the door. Like, I don't mean it like that, but it's like, you know, I definitely have to go back and look at things like, damn, you said that, and you said that, and that helped somebody else. So why does it not apply to you? Why does it not apply to you? Like, don't be the preacher that can't accept the sermon. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be a leader if you don't know how to follow.
It's interesting. Hip hop's one of those things where you're not allowed to learn on the job. Like, the idea, like your first rhyme is, you need to be talking about how you're the illest MC ever, even though it's your first rhyme and it looks like your first rhyme. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no one's stepping up like, I'm kind of okay on the stage.
That was the beginning of my.
Lukewarm.
That was the beginning of it. You're right. You're right. I'm kind of frustrated.
You know what I'm saying? With an asterisk. You know what I'm saying?
With that though, my experiences starting out, jumping in ciphers and getting put out those ciphers.
There you go.
Already put that in perspective for me. So
Right.
there was put out those ciphers. Like, where you rapping? No, that's how you rap. And it was like.
And I'll say this, one follow-up I have, and then I'll definitely open up to the panel and people out there, but like, you know, even going through that first verse, like, you know, I was reminded the other day, I was listening to, I think it's the Rules of Rap, Elzai joint with Kennedy, Page, I think Kennedy, I can't remember. But it's an interesting song, like it's really inventive as Elzai tends to be, but like he's actually advising people how to create a rhyme. Like you know, it's basically instructed. Literally a how to. And he's like, you know, you start out with da-na-na-na-na. Now watch how da-na-na-na-na can turn into nothing is illa. And then he'll like start to like fill it in that way. So when I look at that first verse, you know, the alliteration that's there, the like living through pivotal situations, still shining in line with the one I could never be to. But like, never would have pictured I've been spitting scriptures, glimpses of images in my mind, giving you visual observations of my time. Like, this is 3 years prior to you actually recording this. You just wrote it. No beat. It was a poem. I don't like you, Boog. I'm not a fan. I mean, I'm a fan, but I don't like you. I don't have to like you.
The rhymes and every line in with a din-din-din.
Look at me now at 5'9", little chubby round the waistline, still fine. Never would have pictured I'd be spitting scripture, glimpses of images in my mind, giving you visual observations of my time, like living through pivotal situations, still shining in line with the one, so I could never be two. Way I move is never optional to lose, so I pick and choose the pathways, knowing that the past days can't be changed.